Tonight, and I got two of my homies with me. I got my brother. I got my boy T Money, 1993. T Money, say what up to everybody, bro. Oh, yeah, T-Money.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mr. T Money, 1993.
You good, man?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mr. T Money 1993, aka Straight Facts in the building, because that's all I speak on YouTube.
That's right. Hey, listen, man. Look, I know you was like me, man. You thought you was gonna chill, didn't you? You thought you was just gonna kind of do some other things, for the next couple months, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we gotta do what we gotta do for the first time ever. Long time TeamBoydTV viewer. My man, Mr. J Merkler is in the building for the first time ever, man. I am so glad to have you for the first time, bro. How you doing?
What's up, man? Doing good.
Yeah, everything good with you?
Nation.
You doing all right?
Yeah, man.
That's good, man. That's good. So you look, man. Everybody know why we're here, man. The Carolina Panthers is in the news once again. It seems like they always want they always talk about the Carolina. They always talk about us, right? So everybody saw Greg Hardy's court that came up the other day. Charges was dismissed and stuff. Me and my boys, man, we're gonna discuss that here in a little bit. Anybody watching the show right now? So we got a couple people in the live view right there. You guys, you want to join in the conversation? You can do it like we always do on TeamBoydTV. You use that hashtag TeamBoydTV Live. We are showing the tweets live on the stream tonight, that kind of thing. Fellas, y'all have anything y'all want to add before we go into our first break and we dive into this thing, man?
Nah, man, nothing at all. Ready to get started.
What about you, Jay? You good?
Inspired David, man.
You straight? All right, man. So what we're going to do right here, man, we're going to go ahead and jump into this break. We'll come back, man. We're going to dive into this Greg Hardy situation. We're going to break it down. Let's see what it's like. All right, we'll be right back. TeamBoydTV Turbo is sponsored by Domain.com. In today's connected world, it's kind of hard to be heard or to get noticed. That's why an online presence is so vital. If you have a brand to promote, relying on social media just doesn't cut it these days. Social media is a powerful way to build a following. There is nothing like having your own hosted website. That's where Domain.com comes in. Domain.com offers the very best in web hosting services, and with plans starting at just under $4 a month, it's super affordable as well. And now, because you guys are awesome TeamBoydTV Turbo subscribers, you can get yourself a sweet combo deal if you go to TeamBoydTV.com and click the Domain.com button. Once you click the button, you get redirected to the Domain.com promo page, where once you sign up and use the promo code DOMFREE, that's DOMFREE, you can get yourself a free domain name. That's a free website that you can use to build your audience. And Domain.com web hosting is packed with bonus features too. Check this out. All web hosting plans come with $100 Google AdWords bonus, $50 Yahoo/Bing search marketing credit, $50 in Facebook advertising, a free YellowPages.com listing, and get this, a free toll-free phone number if you live in the U.S. And if you're like me and you know nothing about website design, Domain.com even has the awesomely easy drag-and-drop site builder to get you up and running right away. So what are you waiting for? There's no excuse not to get your online presence rolling right now. Remember, go to TeamBoydTV.com, click the Domain.com button, and use the promo code DOMFREE to get your free domain to use for your website today. The Black and Blue Podcast. Welcome back to the Black and Blue Podcast. And before we jump into this thing, I want to say this right here. Hey, one Mr. Paco Train and one Mr. Cali Blue and one Mr. CPG, a.k.a. Carolina Panthers guy. Y'all MIA. I want to know where y'all at. Hey, T-Buddy, where your boys at?
Callie just messaged me talking about where at.
Oh, well, I sent them the invite. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Your
As
boy,
far as
man.
Pat, man, Pat probably doing something with the kids,
Yeah, more
man.
than likely. More than likely.
CPG, I don't know.
More than likely.
I don't know.
So listen, let me ask y'all something. When can y'all hear the videos when videos play? Can y'all hear them?
No.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Like when your intro and stuff playing, we
Yeah.
can't hear it.
Okay, because I had a little video package right here. But y'all know what they talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and play it for the audience real quick. They y'all done seen them before. Y'all know what they talking about. But I'm play it for them, and then we'll discuss this whole situation right here. So let me find it here real quick. Let's see. There it is. Okay.
The woman that was that accused him of this violent acts, right? Allegedly, she couldn't be found to actually show up in court to continue the case. Now, in theory, the state can go after him anyway, but without her testimony, you can't find him guilty because there's no one to tell you what went on.
Right.
So she is unfindable for the criminal proceeding. However, she and Greg Hardy agreed to a out-of-court settlement to make it go away.
Exactly.
So it's not saying that he did it, that he was a good guy, that he didn't do these things.
Right.
It came down to, here's X amount of dollars. Are we good? We're good.
The thing that's really
and now he will play.
Two things are really troubling about this. Number one, her injuries at the result of what happened between the two of them. And number two, the amount of drugs that were involved in between the two of them, including cocaine.
Yep.
So, that to me would be major and would be troubling. And I'm sure the NFL will come down in some sort of major penalty and fine. Just because he was on the commissioner's exempt list and getting paid, the NFL does not see that as a penalty. Missing games is not what they consider a penalty. Missing paychecks and games is what they consider the penalty. So do not be surprised, if this guy gets an 8-game ban or 6-game ban at minimum for next year.
He's going to have to get something. The NFL can't allow him to get nothing because the first judge said guilty.
So
right
now
before
this will
the appeal.
I think this will go to the new group of people, whoever they are, that the NFL has hired to look at it and to come up with some sort of legitimate. Because if they don't, then they're going to be right back where they started with Ray Rice.
The Black and Blue podcast. So just to summarize that, a couple things were said in there which I kind of want me and the fellas to discuss real quick. So listen, we all Panthers fans who are watching or listening to this podcast right now, so everybody know what happened. Was it last summer with Greg Hardy and his girlfriend Nicole Holder got into a little altercation after the club. Some stuff happened. So everybody know what's going on. So what these guys were saying, there was Boomer Esiason and a couple other guys was talking about the drugs that were involved that night. They were also talking about, since he's been reinstated or whatever, he should be facing a 6 to 8 game ban, this kind of thing. So starting right there, T-Money, just kind of when you get the news about, the charges being dropped and everything, what was your first reaction?
I had two thoughts at the time. Either one was that his plan went perfect as far as I'm sure what he thought was going to happen, what his team thought was going to happen.
Yes.
The only thing was I'm sure he didn't factor into having to sit out a whole year.
Right.
Because if he got to play this whole year, that would have been a perfect scenario. You get it pushed back until the season's about over. Well, until the season is over, and then you get off. So, and then the second thought was, why was she not there? Because I already seen the pictures of her being on Facebook, so somebody could have found her if they really wanted to.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hey Jay.
I mean, with the technology we got. So was she paid off or was she unsure about what she was doing now?
I got my own idea about that. But Jay, how you feeling about it, bro?
I still frustrated, man. They handled it all wrong, man. Like he should have played the whole season too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I was
paying them $13 million one game. That's stupid.
If you're Greg Hardy though, that is one way to really, really solidify, you being a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like he played one game, got paid $13 million. I'm pretty sure he didn't plan it to go down like that. But here's the thing: being a guy who has met Greg Hardy, talked to him plenty of times, and I finally got a chance to meet Miss Nicole Holder one time a couple months ago. they had just came back from a trip from New York. They came into my place of work, and I got a chance to talk to him, right? And I got a chance to meet her for the first time. It clicked in my head at that particular time, and this was, where we now? We're in, February now? This had to be like, God, this was right before the holiday season, I want to say. November, October, November, sometime. Yeah, somewhere around in there, right? And
so you found and they couldn't.
Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself at that point, I already know how this is gonna play out. You know what I mean? Like, because they were chilling, everything was good. You can tell that whatever had went down, it wasn't as serious as everybody was making it out to be. You know what I mean? Like, you know how it is, man. You and your girl get into some stuff. Things happen. Things are said. Things are done in the heat of the moment, and then you regret it the next day. It just so happened that these guys happened to be somebody that was in the public eye, and things got blown out of proportion. But they ain't had no intentions on this thing turning into what it turned into. I knew then that when time came for this dude to come to court, she was going to do whatever she needed to do to make sure that he was straight. You know what I'm saying? I knew that right from the get-go. And that's why, I was surprised that most other people were surprised that she wasn't there. You know what I mean? What you think about that, Jay?
I knew she wasn't going to show up, man.
Absolutely.
It's like he paid her and she can disappear.
Oh, yeah.
Simple as that.
Oh, yeah. Now, T-Money, a lot of people, talking about, the little civil payoff settlement thing, that was done, kind of behind the scenes, and they're trying to make that seem like it was he paying her to go away, right? Now, just like I know, that ain't really what's going on, right?
If they together, then, he's still going to see the money. I would expect.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? I mean, they together, you know what I mean? And this is something that they orchestrated together. And so, like, for people...
This is like, he pulled the Ray Rice, he just didn't marry her.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Because what did Ray do when he got caught? Oh, now you hear about him and Janae getting married, and she's going to drop the charges, and this, that, and the other. Yeah. He just did the same thing. He just didn't marry her. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we done worked it out. I got into a fight with my girl, but we worked it out. Now we good. Yeah. Hey, I know you don't want to see me go to jail. I'm your man. I'm bringing all the money in. Yeah. Go ahead and figure out a way I can get off.
You know what I'm saying? Because what it comes down to is, like, why was she, if she cool with him and, they good, why would she jeopardize his career like that? Now, the main question that's going into it right now is his status, right? We trying to figure out what his deal is.
Is he going to be suspended for next year or not?
More than likely, this is what I say, more than likely, I feel like he going to have to face some kind of suspension. Like Boomer said in that clip, just because you sat out because you was on that exempt list, that doesn't count as a punishment. That's not, that's not, any kind of punishment for you. You know what I mean? Because you're still getting paid. He got paid the whole entire season. So he going to have to face something if he plays next year, which he probably will, more than likely.
I don't think he should, though. I mean, first of all, I think for somebody who sat out a whole year, first of all, I think he should be a restricted free agent. He shouldn't be able to be unrestricted and get paid millions and millions of dollars. I think it should have been a situation where we had the first crack at him to see if he could come back, if we was going to match somebody's offer. And if not, then let him walk. Because, if you look at Josh Gordon would have been an unrestricted free agent if he wouldn't have got suspended at the end of the year. Right. But because he did get suspended and he did get in trouble, now he's not an unrestricted free agent anymore. Right.
And more than likely, that's probably
he lost that status. So I think the same thing should have happened with Hardy if you really felt like he did something.
Right. And for the most part, though, the temperature here in Charlotte is, most of the people that I talk to, they saying that they want to see him stay. And I agree to a certain extent. Justin, this is what I got for you. And I know you feel the same way I feel because we talk about this all the time. The dude did collect a check for $13 million this season for doing absolutely nothing. He
got more than 13. He got 2 playoff games too, man.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So he done collected all his money, right? And so what does he say to the owner? Like, does he even approach the owner? Because basically what I'm saying is I think he should apologize publicly to the fans, to the people in Charlotte, to the team, to his teammates, to the owners, to everybody. And he need to get on his hands and knees and, and beg, Jerry Richardson to for pay him, like, I don't know, give him whatever the minimum is, and then just tell him, if he play okay this season, maybe we'll work out something for you.
But I'm not that mad at Hardy that he got his money. Because you have to remember, we underpaid Hardy for years. He just got off his rookie contract deal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He was making, $600,000 and had 15 sacks?
Yeah. But I don't know.
So that's why I'm not that mad at him because he's finally getting his money. It's not like it's somebody that we had in their prime, they getting a high contract, and then that something like that happened.
So what you're saying is this: you can come on a team and put in a little bit of work, right? I ain't discounting his body of work. I mean, I'm not doing that. That's because Greg Hardy's my dude. And everybody know who he is, right? And they know what he's about on that football field. But you're trying to tell me you can come in, put in a little bit of work, get yourself in trouble, sit out the whole season, collect a franchise tag paycheck, then walk onto another team and get a max deal, and nobody's gonna say nothing about that? Nobody?
Yeah. Nobody.
I mean, I feel like you should. I mean, as a Panther fan, yeah, I'm gonna be upset that we paid him that much, and then now he's gonna get bigger money. But on the other hand, like I said, he played for peanuts. He gave us 15 sacks working for peanuts.
Yeah, I give him that. I don't know if that was.
And at the end of the day, even if he played this year, we all knew it was a huge possibility that Hardy would leave.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, I mean that was something.
Because at the end of the day,
yeah. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, whether he was here or not, Cam's contract is about to run out.
Oh, absolutely.
And Luke's about to be a free agent.
We couldn't afford him anyway if he would have played this year.
Exactly. Unless he was giving us a discount, it wasn't like we was keeping him for next year anyway.
Right.
The only difference was we would have had him all year, and we would have hopefully developed Coney. But Coney stepped up at the end of the year anyway.
He did.
It just took him longer to do it because he didn't have Hardy there to watch.
Right. So Justin, in your opinion, right? If you sitting in the catbird seat, if you, Jerry Richardson, and the powers that be, how do you handle the situation, knowing what we got to handle in the next coming months with Cam and with Luke and all that stuff, right? There's a lot of things on the table and a lot of things at play right now. But if you're in the catbird seat, how do you approach this?
It's hard to pay him, man. If you want to keep him, that's just the point. Because you got to pay Luke, you got to pay Kelvin, you have to pay Cam.
Greg a free agent this year.
Yeah.
I mean, you can extend Greg this year. I mean,
you might be able to do a 1-year deal this year with incentives.
That's what
nobody wants it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
And I'm thinking, if you're Greg Hardy, and I said this on, because like I was watching the Voice 2525's video, and I made a comment. I was saying, hey, listen, if Greg Hardy was a smart guy, he would use this to his advantage because he know just like we know, like the people here in Charlotte, man, they love some Greg Hardy, man, and all he really got to do is just be like, yo, I understand how y'all feel and this, that, and the third. And I mean, he ain't got to take that. Like, I understand if there's money on the tape of Atlanta or Cincinnati or, who else is in the running? Jacksonville, Dallas.
Even the Raiders are running.
If these dudes are offering you a steak, why would you take, a fish stick from Carolina? I'm just saying it's a tough one. It is,
I mean, the only way I can see it is, again, if he, which we don't know what Greg really cared about repairing his reputation and leaving Carolina the right way.
Yeah.
But I mean, for a guy as eccentric as Greg Hardy,
right.
I don't know if he really cares about that.
You don't care.
Well, let's turn this around because we all kind of want to see him stay. I've listened to a lot of Panther fans on Twitter and on YouTube and in various other places, man, Facebook and stuff. Most Panther fans kind of want to see something worked out, right? Most of them. There's a few who's like, the dude is crazy. He's a lunatic. We'll be better off without him. And somebody on some Facebook post somewhere, I can't remember. I wish I knew who they were so I can give them their credit for saying this. But somebody was coming up with the mention saying that it would probably be better to try to see what we can get for him as far as like seeing if we could, get something in return for, letting him go to another team. Because the defense didn't do too bad, without him last season. They didn't do too bad at all. I mean,
what you mean? You mean like a sign and trade or like a compensation?
It's some type of compensation. Like if they could kind of get him on some restricted stuff, or because that's a lot of red tape you got to jump through. You know what I mean? Especially in a situation.
As far as a comp pick for next year, we won't be able to get it unless he's on the roster until March something.
Right.
The 13th maybe.
Mm-hmm.
If we cut him or if he left before that, then we wouldn't get a pick for next year.
Yeah.
Now you could sign and trade him, but then that would mean you would have to get him to agree to go to a team. Yeah. You would have to agree to get the draft picks that you want. Because again, Greg Hardy, we all know if you're gonna trade him, he's probably should get you a first round.
Oh, absolutely.
Talent wise,
he's first round.
But is a team gonna trade their first round pick for a dude who just got in trouble?
Well, you know, I've seen stranger things, man. I mean, I see all the craziness that's going on in Cleveland, and they kind of holding on to these guys. The stuff that happened with Justin Blackman a couple years ago in Jacksonville, and they still holding on to this guy. I mean, I think the whole getting in trouble thing.
Blackman a free agent. He just out in the league. Nobody picked him up.
Yeah. But they held on to him for like 2 years after he got in trouble the last time. They still held on to him. But I think the whole.
I mean, I think that was more they was just on their rookie deals. Like Josh Gordon is still on his rookie deal.
Yeah. But, you know, for the
you
most
can
part.
keep somebody with all that talent who's got in trouble on their rookie deal.
Yeah.
With Hardy, the difference is you have to trust giving Hardy a long-term contract. And I'm sure if you sign to him as a free agent, he going to want close to that J.J. Watt money.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So here's the question. Do you think anybody is willing to roll the dice on him? Because I'm hoping that people will like sit there and be like, I don't know about this guy. You know, but I'm thinking like, you know, well, you know.
But that talent, though, I don't think he's not going to be somebody who just sit out the year.
No, definitely not.
I guarantee that.
But that's why he still got Carolina in his back pocket. He can still make that play if he wants to. You know, I'm pretty sure he's going to test the waters first. But Dallas can't give him the money that he's looking for. They got cap problems, right? They can't afford him. Washington, they got cap problems. They can't afford him either.
Washington could if they let Arakpo walk this offseason.
Now Cincinnati got some cash.
The Jags could.
Yeah.
The Jets could. What else? Of course, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him going to Oakland.
No.
Yeah.
No. But I think you know, I know that Cincinnati got a lot of money, and you know they kind of threw their name in the hat. But I don't know. I just feel like I definitely don't want him.
I don't think Cincinnati has enough on that defense where he's the only. You know what I'm saying? If you put him on that defense, I don't know if it's that big of a difference.
I don't know, because at the end of the day,
I ain't gonna help anyway.
I'm thinking about Greg Hardy, man. At the end of the day, it looked like he the type of guy who just gonna go where the money at. Because I mean, look, he took the $13 million without a problem, and I don't know if this is how true this is, but he took the $13 million and he agreed. Didn't even fight the whole, getting set out thing. Didn't even fight it. You know what I mean? Just say, oh yeah, I see what's going on in Minneapolis. You know, they got your boy Adrian Peterson hemmed up or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go ahead.
But would you honestly? Would you try? Would you say, hey, wait till my trial? And then now it gets pushed back, which he didn't know at the time. Yeah. But say if the team says, "Hey, we're gonna suspend you," he doesn't get paid, then does he?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. But it's a gamble. But at the same time, as a
fan, so would you risk? This is what it boils down to, thinking logically, because he hasn't. I mean, what he was making before then, he wasn't rich. Right. He's probably making what? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. He was 6th round. He made $3 million off a 6th round draft pick. $3 million.
What, all them years or not? He didn't make $3 million in a year, though, did he?
$3 million for 4 years.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
26 sats for $4 million, pretty much.
Yeah. So would you try to fight something that, hey, if he really did pay her off, then he knew it was true. Yeah. So would you try to fight something that you know you did and risk giving up $13 million?
No, I don't know if I would have did that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I would have did that.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of if I just let them put me on this exempt list, I get paid $13 million.
Yeah, but you know, it kind of makes him look like a bad guy, though. You know what I mean? It does. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you know everybody in the NFL is a good guy. It's just that makes him look bad. You know.
I mean, what I would say to anybody who says, "Oh, he looks bad" or he's selfish, just hit him with this: would you pass up $13 million?
No, I don't think they would.
If it's somebody who's that high and mighty, especially because at the end of the day, he probably did it. Yeah. It would be different if it was something that totally wasn't true. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
But you know,
then you might fight for yourself. But if you know you did it, I'm gonna take this $13 million and run.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. It just kind of makes him like it, especially after the whole joint that went down a couple weeks ago with Thomas Davis, and I know y'all saw his speech and whatnot. It's just to see the contrast and players like this, and you got guys who think like Thomas Davis, and then you got guys who think like Josh Gordon and Johnny Manziel and Greg Hardy,
Thomas Davis though was a #1 draft pick, and he owes us for the loyalty that we showed him.
Oh, absolutely.
Because what other team was gonna let him come back from 3 knee injuries and still play?
Yeah. It worked out though, I think. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm thinking about the mentality piece. Though I understand. Davis is a little older cat. And Hardy is still pretty pretty young. You know what I'm saying? So.
25, I think.
25, 26, somewhere around in there. And then
Yeah.
I don't know. And if you meet him and then you talk to him, you would probably think that he was like the most ginormous 16-year-old you ever seen in your life, because that's kind of he's just like a real big kid.
I mean, look what he posted when he got back on Twitter, bro. I thought it was a troll account.
right. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's so tough, man. I really don't want to see him playing for another team. He was one of them dudes that I look at and I think a Carolina Panther when I see him. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
It is what
At the end of the day, you got to realize who we talking about. We talking about a dude who named himself the Kraken.
Right.
We talking about a dude who wore blue contacts. A dude who said he goes to Hogwarts. The first training camp got into a motorcycle accident.
Right.
You just got to remember who we dealing with.
Yeah. So when we if we moving forward, right? If what kind of confidence do you have? I don't know, because I know a lot of people, especially at the beginning of last season, a lot of people was like, "Oh my God, Greg Carter," especially when he decided to sit down. Everybody's claiming that the sky was falling in Carolina, and it did for a minute. But those guys, they showed that they didn't really need him there, right? What's your confidence level, T Money, going into next season? And let's just take Hardy off the table, because more than likely, I'm about 90% sure that's probably what's going to happen. So let's take Hardy off the table. What's your confidence level going into the 2015 season?
I hate Wes Horton with a passion.
Right.
Coney. I mean, a lot of people was hopping on the Coney bandwagon late towards the end of the year because he started doing better. But I always liked Coney. From when we drafted him. Mm-hmm. Now, would I have taken him in the second round? I don't know, but I feel like he has the talent to do what needs to be done. And as far as him and Mario Addison, because people forget how hot Mario Addison started last year.
Yeah.
Before CJ came back and was me and CJ, Addison was carrying that pass rush.
He was, and there was a lot of pressure on that young dude too. There was a lot of pressure on him trying to fill them shoes, man. But I think he did a pretty good job. I think he adapted.
And I'm sure, knowing Dave Gettleman, I wouldn't be surprised if we drafted a defensive end this year.
Right. Yeah.
I've also heard talks of maybe we might try to go get JPP.
Mm-hmm.
I also heard we may try to get Julius Peppers to come back if he's cut talk. So I don't know.
All right, so the Twitter was kind of hanging up for a minute. Now it's flowing. What up, Q-Bone? I see you. The voice 2525 is in the building. He said he knew she wasn't coming. He would love for him to play one more year. Cat Chronicles is in the house, and no one is going to give a first round for Hardy right now. D1 Chosen is in the building. Hardy is a top defensive end. Panthers better pray he doesn't go to the Hey, look, D1. You got to look that Falcons talk. Let's not do that. Now I understand what the Falcons are doing though. They finally recognized the fact that their defense was awful and atrocious. So they went and got the Seattle Seahawks defensive coordinator as they coach. And now they're trying to do something on defense, but no, not the Falcons. We won't do that. D1 says talent rules over everything in the NFL compared to the other players like Dante Starworth, who killed a person with his vehicle. Any team desperate for pass rushers will risk signing Hardy. His talent is undeniable. That's coming from D1 Chosen, right? Cat Chronicle says I wouldn't pass up $1,300, let alone $13 million. You know what I'm saying? So on D1's tweet about the talent, though, Justin, he said talent rules over everything in the NFL compared to other players like Dante Starwood, who killed a person, and then you got Aaron Hernandez, and then, there's a lot of dudes that are getting in like real trouble. So the stuff like smoking weed and the stuff that Johnny Manziel is going through and all that kind of stuff, even the stuff with
Big Ben he caught a rape charge, and
he did.
A lot of people tend to forget about that, and he got a Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying?
So Justin, how much trouble do you got to get into to really get in trouble in the NFL, Justin? Like, what do you got to do? You got
to kill somebody pretty much, man.
Right.
Even if it don't work sometimes.
Yeah. And not just kill somebody, it got to be first degree. Like, you literally.
You got to be on camera too, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Cat Chronicle says, and I guess it's to you, T Money says he's so tired of the Addison hype. Maybe you should mention Frank Alexander. And ain't Frank Alexander one of them drug addict dudes? I ain't gonna call him a drug addict. He's a druggie though, right?
And what did Frank Alexander do even when he came back?
Right,
Can you remember one play he really made that stood out?
I mean,
they didn't play him besides one game when he came back. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I don't remember him doing nothing.
I don't remember
they put him in no
big plays either.
He had one tackle.
I don't know what cat. Look, dude, I'm saying I know you like some Frank Alexander, and y'all was like couldn't wait for him to come off that suspension and stuff. And I remember all that stuff when it was going down. But I'm with you.
I mean, but
I'm with you, bro.
What has Frank Alexander done besides be training camp MVP?
Yeah. training camp MVP.
I mean, that's what Big
Kevin
Ron.
Hardy MVPs don't play.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, that's what he's talking about, man. And hey, Callie, I see you in the YouTube comment section, dude. I sent you another invite because I'm saying the door is open. All you gotta do is accept it because it's right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, as far as the competition go, Hardy playing in the NFC South, T Money. What about that? You know, because I think two of the teams could use him. I think they're good in Tampa. I don't think they could really use his talents that much in Tampa. That'll put a lot of people out. But Atlanta and New Orleans, I mean, you know, what you think about that? That's for you, T man.
Say it again.
I was saying,
Tony comments.
Him playing in the NFC South. Hardy.
If Atlanta got him and I've been hearing they trying to get Dante Fowler from Florida, I would be worried about Atlanta's pass rush for next year.
Yeah. Do you think they can get it together in one season? They can turn it around just like that. I mean, I know they got the new coach, who's a defensive-minded coach, and you add somebody who's well, Hardy ain't played in a year though. See what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know.
But when you look at Hardy, does Hardy look out of shape?
No, he doesn't.
Like he can. I feel right now.
Right.
He could probably play right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah. He probably could.
Because even though he wasn't, in the team facilities with $13 million, I'm sure he could have got a Planet Fitness playing or something.
Right. I mean, I think it'll probably take him about a week or two to get right. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that the Alexander and Addison talk is tired. So I would want to know because I mean, Addison was pretty much him and Davis and Kuechly was pretty much the pass rush, right? I mean, like Alexander, what you team went up again? I'm looking at Cat Chronicles tweet. I don't know what I don't know what he did.
Like I said, Alexander, he was a talk of training camp last year. Ron said he was playing and he was playing good or whatever, and he got suspended and missed most of the year.
Yeah.
But again, I don't remember him doing something years prior. I don't remember him doing anything when he came back this year. Yeah. He has nice size, but other than that, I feel like we wore Addison out. Addison went from being maybe a third down pass rusher to trying to play him every down, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. So Cat Chronicle say he said he heard Sue's name mentioned with Atlanta. I heard Sue's name mentioned with Carolina, which I don't think we could possibly do. I was watching I was watching Pat Train.
Yeah, you want to come here with Jerry.
Yeah.
If Sue leaves Detroit, I think at the end of the day, I think Atlanta is getting one of the big three. Yeah. Well, actually, big four. Either Sue, Lamar Houston, or whatever. What Houston is it for Kansas City? Justin?
Justin Houston, yeah.
Justin Houston, Brian Orakpo, or Hardy. I think they're getting one of them.
Yeah.
They're getting a pass rusher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I heard Pat Train talking about Sue coming to Charlotte, in his video yesterday. I thought it was pretty funny. He says
I don't think we have that Sue kind of money, and I don't think Sue's stepping on people in his I don't think that fits with Ron.
No, definitely wouldn't. It wouldn't mess with how Richardson like his boys all clean cut and whatnot. I'm actually surprised he let
Richardson too uptight for Sue.
Yeah,
I mean,
he let them
JR the same guy who told Cam, "Hey, I drafted you. Can never get a tattoo
or earring." You know what I'm saying? Anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Cat Chronicles. I feel you. Yeah, Charles Johnson and Kawan Short was the pass rush. Okay, yeah, but the Moses was getting it in. I know. Yeah, look.
Charles Johnson had 10 sacks, yes, but we all remember he didn't have any sacks in the first half of the year.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't get his first sack literally until like week 7, week 8.
Yeah.
That he just got hot at the end of the year. At the beginning of the year, Addison was leading the pass rush. That's why Addison ended up with 7 sacks.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. But I think the defense was fine. And they had to do what they had to do. It was a lot of moving around. There was a lot of chess being played out there. They had to figure out who fit where. But whatever they put out there on the field, man, like it took them a few minutes. I agree with you, Cat Crimes. We don't need to. I don't think we really need too much in that. I mean, it'd be nice to bring in, some fresh blood to kind of maybe groom up a little bit, give some of the guys who actually proved themselves last season a chance to really, assume those roles, because I mean, it was almost like a audition a little bit last year for a lot of those guys. It was almost like, they were trying to still make the cut. You feel what I'm saying? And I think they fit nicely. I would like to see them, with a little bit more confidence saying, hey, listen, I ain't gonna worry about, getting shipped off like they did with one of the wide receivers, or, a couple dudes got cut and whatnot. And I know some confidence was a little bit
I think it would be like last year, because you would know Hardy's not coming back.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that's can you imagine, you playing like somebody like Mario Addison or somebody, and you got the ghost of Greg Hardy kind of, hovering over you, and you feel like you gotta play at this level. And I understand, playing at a certain level in the NFL is expected, but when you got a ghost of somebody kind of hanging over you, though, I mean that kind of do something to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the difference in playing not to mess up until Hardy comes back, into knowing, hey, this is my spot.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do what I gotta do.
Right. Yeah, more than likely. So, again, there is a lot of talk about what would happen if he went somewhere else, which I'm, like I said, I'm pretty confident that Greg Hardy won't be a Panther next year. And I said that early in the season. I'm pretty confident about that. What about you, Justin? You ain't really had much to say.
Yeah. Well, it depends if he gets suspended for 6 months. If he does, what teams will want him then?
Well,
he's still a 25-year-old.
He's still gonna make a couple million though. So
yeah,
he ain't coming back. I'm pretty sure he's not coming back though.
So let's just play some hypotheticals real quick. Okay, you somebody like, I don't know, who do we name? Who we said that had the money to pay him a decent contract? It was somebody like Jacksonville or somebody, right? Let's play some hypotheticals. Let's say they suspend him for is it 6 games? What's the rule? Because I know they didn't change the player conduct thing. Hey Vernie, what was the flow for the player conduct? Oh yeah, so it was 2 games on the first offense, right? And then 6 games on the next, right? And then you banned for life or suspended for life or some indefinite suspension or something like that, right? So these people who are talking about 6 games, where are they getting this from? What did he do before this?
He had the motorcycle and he had something else. Did he have a drug before?
I can't remember him being on no drug charges. I can't remember that. And I don't know if getting in an accident counts as
motorcycle and he had something else that he
I can't remember what else he had. One second.
So, and I'm just trying to figure out.
It is something else though.
Well, people talking about 6 games, and I know according to the new player conduct policy, 6 games don't happen until the second offense, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where 6 games come from. Big Money went first 4 games without a second.
It wouldn't be for his criminal charges. They would have to get him on pretty much showing the league in a bad light.
I got you. But see, and that's the thing.
Stuff, yeah, you gotta catch that pretty much.
But that's what the rules.
They would have to get him on. I can't think of it. Something against the league. I seen it the other day.
Yeah. The same thing they was doing to detriment to the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But that's when the rules get tricky though. Like I thought they reinforced or redone the player conduct policy so it'd be nice and black and white and everything. And, and so
that's why I'm hearing that he's probably not gonna get one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because I feel like this is this first time really getting in trouble, right? And and I know they said that the sitting out the 14, 15 games doesn't really count as a punishment. But man, that's enough, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what up, Callie? What's happening, bruh? You don't need the camera, cuz. There you go. What's good with you?
He got his mic on mute.
What's happening?
Feeling fine.
So weigh in on this. What because you come in all late and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I don't hear him.
Me neither.
I don't know.
I don't hear him either. Well, it's good to have you, Callie. It's good to have you here. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Greg Hardy.
What's happening with you, man?
I'm good.
No lights to people. They got to show up to the party, late to the party.
Hey, trying to make a grandiose entrance and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Is that what this is about?
Let me tell you something, man. I came here. I was fighting traffic to get here, man.
Oh, okay. Word. So listen,
I had to
man.
drop my.
They got your boy on in the media making him look like a monster, man, and they claiming that he going and doing some behind the back dirty, paying old girl not to show up at court, so he can get out. Look, they saying all kind of crazy stuff about your boy. Now we've been talking about him. How you feel right now?
I feel like I've been feeling. I mean, can I be real here?
Uh-huh.
I just watched Voice's video, and nobody could have said that better.
Absolutely.
Behind the scenes, he is who he is, being the man he is and the color of skin he is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to go too deep into that, but seems like he's getting treated on the back end for something that they can't get him on the front end.
Right,
you understand?
Right.
So,
I don't know if he's really that bad of a dude. Like I said, I've talked to him plenty of times, man, and I was surprised when this thing kind of happened myself because, like I said, after talking to him a few times, he doesn't seem like the kind of dude that would kind of engage in stuff like that. But then again, we all dudes and we know how this stuff can go. You know what I'm saying? We know how they can get. But I ain't never seen nothing else that he ain't the dude out there running no dope and nothing. He ain't he ain't doing none of that stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, I heard you guys speaking on that just now, and and doing the background. I just did a vid on him, about a 10-minute vid, and I did a pretty lengthy, investigation what I could find.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't find anything on that cat.
Yeah.
I even went to as far as went to his college and stuff and tried to hear what people said about him, because everybody talked about Cam.
Mm-hmm.
He had something to say.
Oh, yeah.
There really was nothing to be found on this cat.
Yeah.
Nothing to be found with his exes and whatnot.
Mm.
I haven't found anything on this dude. So for them to, the NFL's just, they seem like they're just making their own rules right now, and they just want to play the law. So
it's crazy, man. I want to say I want to give a shout out to Jay Holman78 on Twitter. He says, "Dirty player for the Dirty Birds seem legit." I'm just saying. I don't know.
He's talking about Sue, I think.
Oh, he's talking about Sue. Okay. Yeah, but so this is the thing, right? Since you went and did all of that, Cali Blue, I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked these fellas, man. If it was up to Cali Blue, to figure out what was the next step for Mr. Greg Hardy, right? Do you figure out a way to keep him here in Carolina, or what would be your strategy?
My strategy would be, since you got the $13 million, T Money already said it, man. Mm-hmm. Straight Faxon already said it. So pretty much, you just you have him, you just have him take don't take a low money, just like that. Sign for 2 years, low money. We'll get you in the back end, see how well you perform and whatnot. Because he's probably gonna get that same type of deal if he's offered somewhere else. Unless somebody is really desperate, to throw him some money up front, which I highly doubt. So my strategy to get him back is to sit him down and say, take the suspension. The NFL will probably give him a suspension, 4 games, 6 games, something like that, which I think is not fair as well. Right. But I'm just going to sit him down and just, tell him, have him work out the money issues. Yeah. Simple. So simple as that, man. But as far as him being on the team, I definitely want the Kraken here. Yeah. There's, he's proven to be a strong, fierce, and everybody, the other NFL teams, know about it. So they know if they get him, they definitely, have something. There'll be a team to be reckoned with.
Right. Hey, T-Man, did you? I know you do a lot of studying, a lot of reading and whatnot. Did you read anything anywhere that said anything about how Mr. Hardy felt about remaining here in Charlotte?
I seen what he said in the playoffs when he told them.
Josh Gordon.
He told, I think, Norman or one of them or whoever it was in the locker room that he would play for free.
Yeah. When I heard that, though, I was like, oh, yeah, that sounded like something that Greg Hardy would say, because, that just sounded like something he would say. I didn't think he was being serious about that, though. You know what I mean? Who going to risk their life,
I mean, even when it would come in time to franchise tag him, I was hearing stuff about, he may try to give us a hometown discount as long as it's competitive with everybody else. Yeah. So, honestly, people are acting like it's a done deal. I wouldn't be that surprised if he took the little bit of less money, maybe on a 1-year, 2-year deal, and came back. I'm sure that would take probably almost all of our free agency money, unless you got him to sign for maybe around like $6 million or something.
Yeah, But I don't know, Justin. I don't know do you roll the dice on that though? If there's a chance that the negotiations go well and Hardy decides to say, hey, listen, I love Charlotte just like Charlotte loves me. I'm willing to stay. Take the $250,000 or whatever it is they decide to give him for the year. I think putting him on a 2-year deal that's a little steep. I don't think he would agree with that. Not knowing that his talent level, he know what he's worth, and to take a 2-year deal for less than $3 million, I think that's a slap in the face in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But if they were able to work on some things like that, is it worth the gamble to re-sign Greg Hardy versus going out and shopping for somebody?
When I said 6, I meant him making $6 million this year.
Oh, okay. No, I was just throwing the $250,000 out there. I was just, that's Russell Wilson money. I was just throwing it out there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I mean, I'm saying though, Justin, is that worth the gamble? Because they're just going to use that money to go out and free agency and not shop at the dollar store and that kind of thing. But now you got Greg Hardy sitting in your lap, and he's saying, "Oh, I'm cool with that money." Is that a good gamble or not?
It depends if Charles restructures because we owe him 20 this year. Charles will take 15. We could put five of Charles's towards Hardy's. At least his 5. We at least 5 this year, man. Plus incentives.
Yeah.
15 sack incentives, make another $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have incentives for 10 and 15 sacks.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think it's you structure it right, it might be a good deal. Hey, Callie, if you looking at the free agency out there, right? I mean, I don't got a complete list in front of me, right? Who you think they were targeting anyway?
Who would target?
Carolina. In free agency.
In free agencies, well, I'm looking at my boy Cecil Shorts. That's who I want.
Yeah, I like that. I like Cecil Shorts. I like that.
Wide receiver, I think he's a go-getter player.
Yeah.
But and back to that about the money with Greg Carr. I think this is a different issue with the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
This is about Jerry Richardson and our past with Ray Carew.
I know.
Yeah. I think this is more about. I don't really think money is an issue here because that can all be worked out and talked. But he's got to get over to another hurdle, and that hurdle is to get these men, Jerry Richardson and company, to see how to get this solved in the media's eyes and get that tarnish off of the Panthers' name.
Yeah.
That's what I think his biggest hurdle here is not the money.
You know what? I never really thought about it that way.
It's clean slate.
I feel like he just got in with everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that would have happened on his own,
Yeah.
it would have been that big of a deal. But when you had the AP stuff going on, you had a Ray Rice going on. If Ray Rice whenever Ray Rice signs with a team, people will forget about Greg Hardy. Honestly,
they will. They sure enough will. I definitely believe that. But yeah, that was an excellent point. I don't think too many people are actually thinking about it that way, but that's actually very true. And I know that Jerry Richardson is one of them guys who, I mean, especially with the image of not just the Carolina Panthers, but the NFL Shield as a whole. It's 2014.
Yeah, because
Go ahead, teammate.
Yeah, it was me. It was Blue. So what I was saying, to say that, I mean, because look, if we got the Kraken on the team, what does that do for our Panthers team?
Hey,
That just makes us so much stronger, right? That possibility, if you are the owners, because Jerry Richardson is not the only owner here anymore, okay? So Greg Hardy brings money because it's a little bit more of insurance that we go into the Super Bowl playoffs.
Right.
More money, is going to be made with him on the team. I mean, if you're looking at it from a money standpoint, okay? So that's not the issue. The issue is how do we get that mud off of our face, And that's what this organization, what they did with Steve Smith. This is what they don't want.
Absolutely.
This is what they don't want. And for us fans, us diehard fans who've been with the Panthers for so long from the beginning, it's hard for us when we see our team gelling so well, and then something like this happens. We look at it from a different standpoint. And I just wish Mr. Richardson and company, we kind of look at it from a fan's perspective as well. Because, we've been ride and die with this, and this team, particularly this Panthers, we've been going up and down, up and down. And now we kind of like in the fast lane, and I personally don't want to see us go back down. Not saying that because
it's like Julius Peppers all over again.
Yeah,
we have a guy with awesome talent, and the question is, are you going to let him get away?
Yeah. Because I mean,
you just become a mediocre team, an organization, and I want to have that go-getter mentality. Yeah. I want to have that, Patriots. I want to have that mentality where, hey, we're gonna win next year. We're gonna win.
Take this division every year. Yeah.
So, and we're finally there, and let this be done for something that's just not right in the justice eyes, because he's innocent.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Nothing to be said. Wow. So.
Kelly I think Gettleman.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think Gettleman is the swaying vote in this decision.
Oh yeah.
Because Ron been trying to ride with Greg Hardy the whole year.
Mm-hmm. Ron wants him.
JR is probably going to be against it. Yeah. I think David Gettleman is a swing vote. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whichever one.
But Greg Hardy doesn't have any bad past with us. What did he do? He got into a motorcycle accident, taking pictures of him going 100. Mm-hmm. What else does he have? I mean, that's it. That's just a kid, Right. But he doesn't have a dirty track record. So how can you judge him like that? How can you do that to him? Well, it's just, in my eyes, it's straight up just wrong.
I think it's wrong in so many different ways. Is that, the temperature done got turned up so high on the NFL right now that, like the littlest thing, which ain't even, like, things that are not even really important, man. Like, I mean, like, Johnny Manziel taking himself into the rehab.
It's called the OJ factor. It's called the OJ Simpson factor.
Yeah, exactly. but it's now, it's like the NFL is under a microscope. At the end of the day,
it's no proof. It's nothing that we can watch. It's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Ray looked bad because we see Ray punch her, knock her out in the elevator. Yeah. AP, baby mama takes the picture of the whelps on the boys. It's kind of hard to argue that. You know what I'm saying? Argue with that. With Hardy, we have a situation that is still unclear to this day. Hardy calls the police on her first. She calls the police second. Yeah. He says, I'm not trying to touch her. She says he done beat me in the bathtub, slammed me on some guns. But when the ambulance gets there, she don't want medical attention.
Right. Yeah.
Well, T-Money, I mean, to be real with you, man, to me, in my eyes, that's all over.
Yeah.
You sound like Jerry Richardson in the NFL is the way they're looking at it, because that's all over, because the man has been dismissed of all charges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a good
thing. Simple as that.
I think it's a good thing. I think, this gives him a fresh start. Hopefully he'll do well. Hey, Callie, you came on here, man, and turned it to took it up a different level. I wish you had been here from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to run too long because I want to make sure I'm able to catch my boys, Carolina Cat Chronicles, doing their thing. But I want to thank you guys, man. I want to thank all y'all, man. Callie, Justin, T-Money, all y'all for coming through and tackling this situation with me. I'm gonna start with you, T-Money, man. Let everybody know what time it is, because we don't even supposed to be here. We supposed to be off. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be off. But go ahead.
Yeah. All right, it's your boy, Mr. T-Money 1993. Twitter, T Muhammad 23. YouTube, T-Money, Mr. T-Money 1993. For anybody who hasn't watched, I did poke my head out once this off season.
Oh, I saw your little Airy G battle you're going. Is it a battle? Is that really a battle?
No, okay. No, I forgot about that one. Let me kill him real quick. I forgot about that. I was going to mention Cam Newton versus Matt Ryan. What's really good video. We really compare about how Atlanta really hypes up Matt Ryan when he really is just a product of good weapons and a good system.
Yeah. That's been good.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty dope. Justin Merkwa, man, we say your name so much on Team Boy TV shows, man. It's good to finally have you in the building. How I feel to finally, to be on Team Boy TV, man?
Man, thanks for letting me on here, man.
Hey, no problem.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll probably be on here some more in the future.
Yeah. Good, but how you feeling? Let everybody know how they can get at you, man.
Hit me up at Twitter at jmerkwa.
Cool.
That's all I got to Twitter right now.
That's good. That's cool, though. That's good. Like I said, man, glad to have you aboard. Mr. Cali Blue, hey, listen, Cali, I'm going to tell you something. Now, I didn't want to get into that whole TTC award situation, but I'm going to tell you, they left a category out that, I'm not a TTC member. I'm just going to make a suggestion, okay? They should have had a humanitarian award. Because it was some things that some people did in the TTC that's beyond the trash talk, that's beyond all that stuff. Some of the things that I saw you do during the holiday season, man, I ain't seen nobody else do that. So there's no recognition for that. I'm giving it to you right now. I thought that was awesome. You know what I mean?
You got a big smile on my face. Hey man, it is what it is. You know, I'm a grown man, so you know I try to mix things up. You know, here on this TTC Trash Talking Circle commit, you know, thing that we do here. You know, true colors are seen often. You know, so you could hide behind your face, you know, so long and pretend to be somebody and trash talk with another team or whatever. But pretty much everyone can see what you're about. You know, in my eyes, at least I can.
Right.
So I try to mix it up, you know, and show another side of me that is not about, you know, trashing you and your team.
Right.
You know, I think the media, this YouTube thing, you know, I've been a Panther fan for so long. A lot of people know this about me. And, you know, I just think it's a great way of expressing myself, being out here in California representing these Carolina Panthers from the beginning, man. Yeah. So when I found YouTube and I found this, I just thought it was a great avenue for me to show my pride in my team.
Hey.
So at the same time, I mix it up with who I am in regards to people knowing who I am and following me and whatnot.
Yeah.
You just got to catch me when you catch me.
Yeah.
You know, simple as that. I'm on YouTube. I'm a new Twitter member. So catch me on YouTube with my vids and whatnot. Somebody decides to make me upset. And,
no, man.
That's how I do it. Simple as that.
You and T-Money, Panther Nasty, The Voice 2525, CPG. What's my man? Main Attraction. Who was the TTC?
Yeah.
I'm missing some people. I always miss people. That's why I don't like doing shout-outs like that. I don't really like doing that because I always miss people, man.
We got Nino Brown. We got the Hannibal. I can shout us all out, you know.
Right.
It's a long list. You know, we the most heaviest in the TTC, you know. And that's something to be said in the YouTube as well. Why is there so many Panther Nation fans in the TTC on YouTube?
Because the Panthers are the dopest team in the NFL. That's why. I mean, that's point blank.
That's what's happening. Right. You know, there's something to be said for that.
Oh,
so.
We have no division inside of our fan base.
Yeah.
It's no in Panther Nation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, and you know what? The one thing I think is funny though, and you know, and I always have to give the other TTC members they props for this because you know they'll get into it with a Panthers fan, right? And it'll go on and on and on, and then finally, you know, when that Panther fan start getting the best of that Falcons vid maker or that Saints vid maker or that Dallas Cowboys vid maker, you know what they do? They pull them rings out, and that's the only thing they got, dog. And I think it's hilarious. I see it. But, you know, shout out to all them boys, man, because the TTC is dope. I can't wait to see y'all guys start back up next season. I know y'all all going to bring the heat. As for the Black and Blue podcast, man, like I said, I tried to take off, March and April, you know what I mean? But I think, you know, free agency going to make me come out of hiding, I think. But I want to thank all y'all guys for checking us out live. We had all you guys who was watching it live, the guys who sent in the tweets, Jay Holman, Cat Chronicles, The Voice 2525, D1 Chosen. All y'all guys who sent the tweets in, man, I appreciate it. Until next time, man, I think we're going to get up out of here. I'm your boy, Big Q. This is TeamBoydTV, and this is the Black and Blue Podcast, and we'll catch y'all next time. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
The Black and Blue Podcast.